Hello, this is Jack Yost, your business professor, and I want to welcome you to Chapter 3, The Organizational Environment and Culture of Management Theory and Practice, Management 323. The alert student will remember that John Adams said that we must control events or events will control us. And part of controlling our environment is that we have to anticipate what the environment will do to us, what the organization will do, or forces outside the organization and inside, and we must control events or be controlled by them. Now, one of the critiques and criticisms I get most often about controlling events is that there are many things that are outside the manager's control. For example, I can't stop it from raining. Now, the manager can't control many outside factors like that, but he can control some. So if he can't control the factors, he can at least control the environment and the effects of the outside situation. For example, I carry in my backpack, an umbrella. Now, the purpose of the umbrella is to not have the umbrella keep it from raining. The purpose is different. It's how we run our organizations, and that we anticipate by carrying an umbrella that I'm not going to stop it from raining, but I can stop it from raining on me. So the purpose is not to stop or control the environment in that way, but the effects of the environment. I just don't want to get wet. The purpose is not to keep it from raining, but the purpose is to keep the rain from raining on us or from getting my suit wet. Our learning objectives today are to describe the 5 elements of an organization's macro environment, explain the 5 components of an organization's competitive environment, understand how managers stay on top of changes in the external environment, summarize how managers respond to changes in the external environment, and discuss how organization cultures can be leveraged to overcome challenges in the external environment. Open systems. These are organizations that are affected by and that affect their external environment. Open systems, we have inputs of goods and services organizations take in and use to create products or services. Outputs from these organizations are the products and services that the organizations create. Under open systems, we have external environment, all relevant forces outside of a firm's boundaries, such as competitors, customers, the government, and the economy. Macro environment, the general environment, includes governments, economic conditions, and other fundamental factors that generally affect all organizations and environments. Laws and regulations. Regulators include such agencies as OSHA, ICC, FAA, EEOC, and the NLRB. These are organizations that companies will traditionally retain lobbyists for, or through the professional association, to find out what the external environment is doing to them and to anticipate what will be done. The economy. The economic development environment dramatically affects the manager's ability to function effectively and influences their strategic choices. Interest and inflation rates reflect availability and cost of capital, growth opportunities, price costs, and consumer demand for products. In publicly held companies, managers may feel required to meet Wall Street's earnings expectations. Managers may focus on short-term results at the expense of long-term success. Some managers may be tempted to engage in unethical or unlawful behavior that misleads investors. As technology evolves, new industries, markets, and competitive niches develop. Technological advances create new products, advanced production techniques, and better ways of managing and communication. Demographics is the statistical characteristics of a group or population, such as age, gender, or educational level. These trends, demographic trends, the growth of the labor force, increasing education and skill levels, immigration, increased numbers of women in the workforce, and increasingly diverse workforce. Social values, societal trends regarding how people think and behave have major implications for management of the labor force, corporate social actions, and strategic decisions about products and families. Family leave, domestic partner benefits. Social issues in the natural environment. A prominent issue today pertains to natural resources. This is the protection of the natural environment, The protection of the natural environment will factor into social concerns and many types of management decisions. This is what the customer wants. Part of this is Porter's 5 forces. Competitors. Competition is most intense when there are many direct customers, industry growth is slow, product service is not easily differentiated. New entrants, barriers to entry. These are conditions that prevent new companies from entering an industry. A good barrier to entry is capital requirements. It costs a lot of money. Restrictive distribution channels. How are we going to get it there? Customers. Final customers. These purchase products in their finished form, the end user. Intermediate customers purchase raw materials or wholesale products from before selling them to the final customer, the final user. Substitutes are alternative products or services. What can the customer, what we can use instead of, and complements. These are products or services that increase purchases of other products. Suppliers provide resources or inputs needed for production. Switching costs. These are the fixed cost a buyer faces if they change suppliers. Supply chain management. Managing the network of facilities and people that obtain materials from outside the organization, transform them into products, add value, and distribute them to customers. And as part of the environmental analysis is environmental uncertainty. This is the lack of information needed to understand or predict the future. And this, I say, is one of the keystones of being a manager, is that your ability to deal with and live comfortably with uncertainty. Environmental complexity. This is the number of issues to which a manager must attend and to which the degree to which they are interconnected. Environmental dynamism. This is the degree of discontinuous change that occurs within an industry. Environmental scanning. This searching out information that is unavailable to most people and sorting that information to interpret what is important and what is not. Filters, in a sense. Competitive intelligence. This is information that helps managers determine how to compete better. Environmental analysis has a narrative, a story that describes a particular set of future circumstances and a best case, worst case scenario. Forecasting, which all managers must do, is a method of predicting how variables will change the future and how best we can control the future and control events. As part of the environmental analysis is benchmarking. This is the process of comparing an organization's practices and technologies with those of other companies, those of world-class companies outside the organization. Buffering. This is creating supplies of excess resources in case of unpredictable needs, putting in a margin for error. Smoothing is leveling normal fluctuations in the boundaries of the environment. Independent strategies are strategies that an organization acting on its own uses to change some aspect of its current environment. And here are ways that managers can influence their environment. Now, cooperative strategies used by 2 or more organizations working closely together to manage the external environment, such as contracts, co-optation, where people work together, in coalitions. Strategic maneuvering, an organization's conscious efforts to change the boundaries of its task environment. Domain selection, entrance to a new market or industry with an existing expertise. Diversification occurs when a firm invests in a different product, business, or geographic area. Changing the boundaries of the environment by mergers, where one or more companies combine with another. Acquisitions, where one firm buys another. Divestiture, a firm sells one or more businesses. Prospectors are continuously change the boundaries of their task environment by seeking new products and markets, diversifying and merging and acquiring new enterprises. Defenders, staying within a stable product domain as a strategic maneuver. 3 criteria that help you choose the best approach. Managers need to change what can be changed. Managers should use the appropriate response. Managers should choose responses that offer the most benefit at the lowest cost. Organizational culture is the set of important assumptions about the organization and its goals and practices that members of the company share. In strong cultures, the majority of people within the organization agree on organizational goals. In weak cultures, the majority of people within the organization disagree on organizational goals. Competing values model of culture. Now let us stop our video here, and we invite you to finish the assignment. If you will, submit them to me, and I look forward to joining you on our next video. Thank you.